Chapter 19, The Warning. Sitting me between them at the head table was a stupid idea. One brother didn't know what the hell was happening, and the other was only pretending he didn't hear anything I said the night before. Taken turned smiling like jackasses at everyone who patted Jacob's back or shook Logan's hand like they got married today and not my brother. If I had a choice in the matter, I'd be getting ready for my weekly poker game with the boys from my order instead of sitting here with the most boring people on the planet. The wedding program fanned my face, and I guess Logan got a good whiff because I heard the shiver in his breath. That yummy concoction that seeped from my skin he thought was meant only for him? Well, it wasn't. As I mentioned earlier, menfolk couldn't resist me. To protect me from assassins and whatnot, my mama put a spell on me when I was born. The only men immune to me were Teddy and Halder, and yes, it gets a little annoying. Looking for just a second away from all this, I nearly took Jacob out when he leaned over to me. Would you like to dance? Launching my seat back, I grabbed his hand. Hell yes, I would. One of his hands rested over his heart as he clenched down on my waist with his forearm to bring me closer. So are you disappearing at midnight, or do I get another crack at you later? I lifted my chin to answer him until a hand met my shoulder and my brother's voice blew over my head. May I borrow my sister for a minute? A growl rumbled through his chest as Jacob broke the seal on our bodies and backed away. Sure, but I get her back when you're done. After he ordered our drinks, Teddy grabbed a handful of pretzels from the bar. Looks like the three of you are getting on better. I smushed the olive between my teeth and nodded. Looks that way, yes. I shook my head as the bartender pushed another glass before me. Just counting down the minutes. Nodding at his glass, he smirked and rubbed my leg. Yeah, it's not my idea of fun either. It's almost over. Turning to face him, I shook my head and sighed as I decided if this was even worth going into. Listen, whether or not I stay, I need you to be clear on something. My shoulders came up as I pulled my lips aside. Nothing happened between me and Pops. You've been hating him for no reason. A soft scoff went with his eye roll. So I didn't find you two making out that night? Pulling at his tie, I jerked him closer. No, as a matter of fact, you didn't. Not that it's any of your fucking business, though. My thumb went to my chest. I kissed Halder, not the other way around. He's the only man I give a shit about in this world, the only one I trust, the only one who can ride with me and not get hurt. And sometimes, when I've had too much to drink, that gets confusing. It's not that I didn't want someone for my own, but fate kept throwing the wrong men at me time after time. That man loves us like his own kids. He'd never hurt either of us. I would have told you that if you'd stuck around for a minute instead of blowing up like you did. Seriously? He ducked down and gave me an eyebrow. You're being straight with me? My finger tapped his knee. You said you know me better than anyone, but you don't know me at all if you think I'd lie to you about Halder. Hearing you've been a douchebag for half a year was a tough pill to swallow, and Teddy's whole face curled when he raised his hand to stop me. I'm sorry. I finished my drink and tapped my finger on the bar for more. As I said, I don't give a fuck what you think happened, but you owe him better, and you need to make that right. That single nod of contrition he gave me told me the beef was over, and he cleared his throat. So are you hopping on your broom later, or are you going to see how things play out here? Air gurgled through my throat as I tilted my head away. Danny, this whole possessive thing has got to go. I can't deal with that shit. A beer bottle rubbed against his forehead, and he shrugged. He's only trying to hold on to what's his. Cringing, I waved my hand back at him. That's exactly the shit I'm talking about. If I'm going to hang around, they're going to have to learn some fucking boundaries. His finger left his beer bottle and wiggled. These folks aren't like ours. They're pack animals. He's the mama bear and we're all his cubs. I snorted a laugh back at him and he squinted at me as he shook his head. No, I mean it. He's just trying to keep us all together and safe. He's just not gentle about it. Tapping my arm, he nodded. That's why you two are good together. Few people can stand beside a man like that. You were made for the job. If anyone else tried to talk to me like this, I'd tell him to kiss my ass. But that naughty grin was too cute to say no to, and I pinched it. 1 week. I'll give this whole thing 1 week. My purse went into my armpit, and I motioned to the door with my eyes. I'm gonna go have a smoke. He tapped the bar for another drink and nodded. I'm here. Little clouds of smoke chugged into the air, and I rolled the stress away from my neck as the heels clicked up behind me. So you're Logan's mate. I glanced over at the redhead standing beside me with her hands on the rail and flipped up my hand. That's what they tell me. Through the smoke, I squinted. Let me guess. You have an opinion on the matter. I blew the smoke directly in her face and motioned for her to continue with my fingers. Well, please, you have my undivided attention. Shrugging, she leaned over the rail. I just thought I should warn you he slept with about every woman in this town. I crushed the cigarette under my shoe and smiled. And I suppose you're one of them? Her eyes doubled as she nodded and licked her top lip. I just thought you should know. If anyone ever spoke ill about my orders leader, I'd slice their damn throat without hesitation. This bitch's lack of respect and loyalty to Logan lit a fire inside me. And what about Jacob? Any words of wisdom about him? Leaning in a little more, she twerked up the end of her mouth. They have the whole territory covered between the two of them. I closed my purse and shoved it back under my arm. Well, what can you do? My teeth dug into my lip as I pushed my tits into her. I guess it's a good thing I prefer women, isn't it? Obviously, she wasn't getting whatever reaction she hoped for, and she twisted her face at me as she rushed back inside. Fucking whore. I laughed as she walked inside, but not because of what she said. It was that priceless got-caught look on Jacob's face as he ran to me that had me smiling. What did she say to you? Shaking my head, I waved my hand at him and went toward the open double doors. Just a little girl talk, nothing I can't handle. A shot of air left his mouth as he kissed the top of my head. She's no one. You don't have to. I flung my fingers up. It's cool. We all got a past, don't we? Turning to face me, he walked backward, pulling my fingers. That's right, and it doesn't mean anything. You're all I care about, Tessa. Not confused at all about what he wanted, Jacob would have kept that car going. Despite what everyone thought, he was 1,000,000 times braver than his brother. But no one ever really understands what they have until it's gone. Thank you for listening. The next chapter is available on the channel. And if you enjoyed the story, subscribing, liking, leaving a review on Amazon helps more people